name is Denise House, and Ed did a beautiful introduction there. And I just want to ask you, where is everybody from? Bustleton, Bunbury? Bunbury? Who's the furthest? Who's travelled further than Bunbury today? Where, sorry?
Albany.
Albany. Oh, welcome. That's wonderful. And anybody from Margaret River? England. Cowtown now. I haven't met you already. Anybody from Margaret River? Yeah, welcome. Does anybody actually know what I'm going to talk about? What is ultimate focus to you? Come on, there's no right or wrong here.
Identifying what you want and aiming for it.
Great. Anybody else? I love that. Does anybody else resonate? What's your name, sorry?
Janice.
Janice. Does anybody else resonate with what Janice said? Working out what it is you want and going for it? Yeah. Now, I just want to give you a little bit briefing about why I started what I do. And I pretty much created a job for myself. And I'm an Intimo consultant, which is I measure and fit ladies for bras. And over the years of doing this, measuring and fitting over 3,000 ladies, the common thread was coming up, which was self-sabotage. Not liking themselves, not liking their body, and, you know, what was preventing them from being extraordinary. So I went on this journey, and this journey was discovering the Coaching Institute and becoming a master practitioner in life coaching, and now also an extended disc personality profiler. Through this personal development journey, I have been sliced open, poured out, put back in, and sliced back up. Because you can't truly change others until you change yourself. Do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I found is that why are some people successful in what they do? That doesn't have to be money. It can just be in their life and what they're achieving. And why do we falter? And why do we self-sabotage? Do we do that? Come on, guys. Why do you do it? We all do it. There wouldn't be one person here who wouldn't say there is 3 limiting beliefs that we don't have. Yeah, go.
Fear.
Fear. Fear of what?
Success.
Success. Wonderful. Anybody else resonate to that? Anybody else got anything to say?
Fear of unknown.
Fear of the unknown. Embracing uncertainty. 6 core needs by Tony Robbins. Anybody know about that one? Yeah. Yeah.
Lack of self-love.
Lack of self-worth, that's a huge one. And when you say that, what do you mean by that?
Maybe not feeling good enough to be able to do certain things or be a certain way.
Does anybody else resonate with that? Not feeling good enough to do certain things certain ways? Isn't it interesting, our beliefs and our standards and expectations, whether they're working for us or not? You know, so many of us have goals up here, but then our beliefs are down here. So how are you ever going to attain your goals if your beliefs down here? Does anybody resonate with that? So I came up with this 4-dimension model, which is called the ultimate focus. And it talks about, and I've got here a worksheet for you all to take home, and I will pass that to you. And then if you can say kindly grab one and just pass it back. So it's a workbook. Because what I found is that everybody who was succeeding in whatever they wanted to do in life had this ultimate focus, and it was based on 4 things. Which is belief. What are your beliefs? Are you writing your beliefs or are you writing somebody else's beliefs? Okay, what are beliefs? Tell me, what are beliefs? Anybody know what a belief is? No? Come on guys, there's no right or wrong.
Something you choose to be true.
Something you choose to be true. Is that working for you or not though? Or is it something that's been an experience that's come from childhood? Is it a belief that you want to carry with you from now or not? Now really think about that. Is that belief working for you, or is your belief for your friend working for them as well? So yeah, it's something to be true. It's an experience that we've felt, and whether it's what we want to continue on, it's different. Then the next one I found was beliefs. So there's a little, the worksheet, it'll be the beliefs. You've got to know your inner self before you can help with the outer self. Our outer self is actually driving what happens to our inner self at the start. So then the next one is your attributes. What attributes do you want to cultivate? Role model yourself with those people that you admire and that that inspire you. So what attributes have somebody got that you like? Has somebody got attributes that they admire for somebody else but probably aren't leading themselves? Anybody? Come on, you can be the same people can say something, it's fine. Because I'm sure whenever you say something, everybody else will resonate with it.
Courage.
Courage, wonderful attribute, courage. And what is courage to you? Because my courage might be different to you.
Going out of your comfort zone to achieve something that is hard for you.
Yeah, so your ego prevention is, anybody else resonate with that? Going out of your comfort zone. I mean, it's called the wheel of fear. And I've had to go out of that wheel of fear a lot in the last 12 months. And like I said, because what I've started, it created a job where I now can help people with the tools and models that I've learned to move them from A to B. So the courage is a great attribute to have. So we've got beliefs, we've got attributes, and then we've got expectations. What do you think I mean by expectations? And please feel free to cheat. I'm not actually not giving you. It's okay, there's no right or wrong here.
Standards.
That's the standards. What about expectations?
You have your own expectations and then societal, family.
Exactly. What are your expectations? Are your expectations that you don't bitch and moan about anybody else, but here you are in a circle of people where they bitch and moan? So what are your expectations? You know, how do people know what your expectations are? How do they get to know your map and you to know that that's your expectation? I've got a classic, one of my friends, it's quite funny, her expectation is cannot fart around her. She's just absolutely appalled by anybody farting out loud. So I know that. So I will hold on as tight as I can when I'm around her if I need to fart and leave the room. But that's her internal expectation. Is that you laughing at?
Oh, yeah.
So that's a simple one, you know, in expectations. Then you've got your standards. So think of this is BASE, the base of this is what I found is what succeeds. So then you've got your standards. What do you think I mean by standards?
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiables, exactly. They're your non-negotiables. So right, well done. They're the things that you must do and they're your non-negotiables no matter what. So when you write down your expectations, your standards, you have to live your expectations with your standards. Does anybody understand that? So with that worksheet I've given you, so you've got beliefs, attributes, expectations and your standards. It really doesn't matter what order you do that in, as long as you do that. And then as you go through the worksheet, you'll be quite surprised of what beliefs you're carrying on or what expectations that probably aren't working for you or a friend, and what ones you want to cultivate within yourself now to have success for you. And that can be numerous things. What's success for someone around here now? Come on. What's success to you sitting there? What does success mean to you?
Having a healthy, happy family and friends and relationships.
Great. So are your standards matching to that?
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So that's great. And your beliefs matching to that as well?
Yes.
Excellent. Anybody else? Got anything to share there? Look, it's so quiet. All right, so what I'm going to do with you all right now is that one thing that happened with the base model that I designed is that we have to empower ourselves. Beck talked about it before with, you know, running and that mindset, that mantra that she said she had. So what I'd like to do for you all right now is I want you to all stand. And a lot of people will already know this, but there's an empowering stance called the Wonder Woman stance. And I'm a big believer that there's a superhero inside of all of us. So you can either do this, or you can do this. And don't feel embarrassed not to do either, because wonderful. Let's have a look. Where's the camera? We have a camera up here taking this. That would be a wonderful shot. So you got it? Woohoo! So it's been scientifically proven now, if you stand like this for 2 to 4 minutes before you go and attend a workshop, before you go to get a job, you've got a higher chance of getting that job than anybody else. So how powerful is that? Just that. Because what is it doing to you? How are you feeling now you're doing that? Opening you up. And when you open you up, what does that do? Breathe in. Confidence. Who said that? Yeah, confidence. You're feeling empowered and confidence. So isn't that amazing, just from a simple thing that you can change your physiological, can change your psychological in such a short time. Don't you agree?
Is that why you stand like this and tell the kids off?
Yeah, that's your empowerment. and that's if your boss comes in and leans over like this without them knowing. They're empowering. That's their empowering stance. Isn't it interesting? So you'll probably start seeing a lot of people do this. And that's them. And whether it's resourceful or unresourceful, that's what you've got to decide. Because there's certain things. So whenever you want to go out and rock out like you matter, do that. It'll really help. Now, Ed mentioned that I'm also an extended DISC personality profiler. So does anybody actually know what that means? Because there's a lot of words, isn't it? You don't? Brilliant. Okay. I love that. That's what I want. I want people to be honest. Because how are you going to know everything? How are you ever going to get anywhere if you don't ask? So I've always loved behavioural profiling, and through becoming a master practitioner life coach, I decided to also become an extended EDISC profile. And basically what it is, it's a 4-dimensional model that engages with your unconscious natural state with your conscious non-natural state. So there's a lot of other tools like EDISC, and there's Myers-Briggs. People might know about those as well. Has anybody heard about those? Yeah. I don't personally like them. I've done them. What they tend to do is pigeonhole people. They pigeonhole that this is your personality and that's the way you're going to be. Now, the great thing about this profiling is that it brings attention to your unconsciousness, to the awareness of consciousness. And how powerful this is, actually more powerful than I ever thought it was, that I recently had a client who after 8 years of being on anxiety meds, came off them within one session of this. So for me, it's a really quick tool of coaching that person, because I can see what's happening in their life, but I don't know where. I don't know if it's work or if it's home. So then that we explore that, and then they become aware of what's happening in their life, and then through that, their thought process, then they learn how to control that. How powerful is that? From one 24-page report that you get. So now I use this on individuals. I use it with couples because it opens up effective communication. It's also made me realise why so many people break up within the first few years, because they're riding on, what do you think? That surface non-natural state the whole time, not understanding. So when I do this with couples, it's sort of one of those aha moments. Yeah, you are like that. Yeah. And then what you do is you meet each other's core needs. Because each profile, D for dominant, I for influential, S for stabilising, C for cautious or compliant, they all have core needs. And when you understand what their core needs are, how beautiful is that? Okay? It's also very useful to work with teams. So I can do a team profile, put them all in and see how that team, who here's in business, have got a business at all? How do you have more than one employee? Yeah?
Contractors.
Yeah. So it's really useful for anybody who's got more than one employee to see how that team actually flows with each other. It's so distracting, you guys. It'd be funny reference there. So for me, it's really good for that. It's also a great awareness, because once you understand yourself, then you can effectively communicate to everybody else, because you'll be able to hit and meet their needs a lot quicker than rattling on. So how powerful is that to use? So if anybody is interested in doing that, please let me know. It's a 10-minute online, 24 pages, then you get 2 hours of my time afterwards to do that. If anybody is interested in doing the Your Success program, which is pretty much life coaching yourself. Once you get it, you've got it. It's a 12 module that you have forever. Take your own time to coach yourself and do what I've had to do, which is that whole personal development of, uncutting yourself, spilling your guts, putting it back in, zipping it up, but in being a lot healthier and happier place than what you were before. And I want to wrap this up with saying what my husband said to me. He said, Niece, because they call me Niece, if you never even do anything with this, the great thing is that it's not only made you a better person, but it's made us a better couple. So that's wonderful. So thank you for listening. Thank you for spending the time out. Rock out like you matter, and go with the ultimate focus. Thanks.